G'day guys, welcome back. Today we are doing potato bake on the Big Joe 3. We're going to start off by knocking off all the loose ash from our previous cook, remembering to always empty our ash drawer. Add some fresh lump, bury and line up our twin all natural fire starter. We're going to let that burn for a good 15 to 20 minutes before we add our internals. Divide and conquer rack, X-rack in the roasting position, deflector plates and grill on top. Now we just close our dome and make sure that our bottom and top vents are fully open. We're going to come back and set our vents once we hit 100 Celsius. Top vent between the second and third notch, bottom draft door around 2 finger width, depending on how thick your fingers are, something like that. Now it's time to make our potato bake. We'll be needing 2 large brown onions today, peeled and roughly chopped. If you leave the root onto the end, it'll stop the onion from bleeding and it'll stop you from crying. 4 cloves of garlic, peeled, you can peel it any way you like, and minced. Now we add some oil to a cast iron pan that we have over a medium heat, add our onions, and we just saute for a few minutes. 300 grams of pork belly bacon. Now I'm using homemade bacon today, but it is important to use pork belly bacon, not the loin. Why? Because it's way fucking better. And half of our minced garlic. Now if you choose to use store-bought minced garlic in a jar, you can use a little extra. That's not as strong as fresh raw garlic. We'll saute that for a few minutes and add a pinch of salt and pepper, and we'll just mix that through and turn off the heat. Now we'll prep our potatoes. We'll be using several brushed potatoes today, washed and peeled. And the first thing we're going to do is just take off the bottom of the potato. This is going to help it sit flat while we do our slices. Now you don't want these too thick because they'll take too long to cook, and you don't want them too thin, otherwise they're going to turn to mush. So somewhere in the middle. Once we slice the potatoes, it's a good idea to rinse them off in a bowl with some water, just to get rid of any excess starch. You might have to do this 2 or 3 times. I'll be using a 1.5 litre baking pan today, which I'm going to lightly oil. With a paper towel, I'm going to make sure I get all the edges. This is going to help for an easier clean-up at the end of the cook. Add 1 layer of potato and then half of our bacon, onion and garlic mix. And then we just repeat the process. With the last of our minced garlic, we're just going to speckle that across the top in dribs and drabs. That's going to melt into the potato bake during the cook. 1 final layer of potato, 600 ml of thickened pouring cream. Now at this point, a lot of people are going to be saying, where is the French onion sauce? A lot of people love French onion sauce in this dish. I can't do it. I had a bad experience with French onion dip. To this day, still can't do it. Now we just let our cream settle and even give it a little attitude adjustment, you know. Jimmy, what you looking at, Jimmy? Shredded tasty cheese. Ordinarily, my last ingredient would be breadcrumbs, but unfortunately my wife, no matter how hard I ask her to, she just won't tolerate gluten. So we're using potato chips crushed up into a dust, basically, as a topping. So in reality, this dish today is a gluten-free dish. And in fact, if you took the bacon out, it'd be vegetarian. If you took the cream and cheese out, it'd be vegan. And fucking disgusting. But if you are going to use breadcrumbs, I recommend seasoning your breadcrumbs with salt and pepper, or any seasoning you like for that matter. Now we pop on our lid and go to the Kamado. If you don't have a baking tray with a lid, just use some alfoil, but dome it in such a way that the toppings aren't going to stick to the foil during the cook. Our Kamado was dialed in at 190 Celsius and it's time to add our potato bake. So the first part of this cook is quite simple. We're boiling potato and cream. We are boiling potato in cream with bacon, onion and garlic and cheese. I use tasty cheese, by the way. I can't remember if I mentioned that or not, but I use tasty cheese. Oh my fucking God. Tasty cheese is just fucking amazing. On this dish, use whatever cheese you like. But basically, let me reiterate, we are boiling potato in fucking cream. It doesn't get much better than that. We are an hour and 45 minutes down. It's time to check the doneness of our potato. Take our glass lid off the top. Now using a skewer. Oh wow, yep. The potato is done. Now we're going to leave our lid off. Continue for another 15-20 minutes or so. Now the point here of leaving the lid off is twofold. A, get a crust on top. B, we want to reduce down the leftover cream in our potato mix. So at the end, we don't want it wet and sloppy, and we don't want it dry. We want it perfect. We want the cream to have soaked in the potato so it all comes together in one dish at the end. And that's exactly what happens. This is such an easy cook. You'd be mad not to try it, and you'd be mad to put French onion sauce in it, but that's entirely up to you. That's entirely up to you. I don't care. I really don't care. Just don't send me any photos, because it's fucking gross. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Then we're going to start off by knocking all the loose ash off our Kamado. Now we'll just start off by knocking off all the... Now we're just going to... Fuck. we're going to start off by knocking off all the loose ash that we have in the. We'll start off by knocking off all the loose ash from a. Fucking shut the fuck up. Fucking baby birds. Someone feed that fucking thing. We're gonna start. Oh, for fuck's sake, you dog. We're gonna start off by knocking off all the loose ash from our previous cook. We're gonna start off by just add some fresh lump. We're gonna start off by. We're gonna start off by knocking off all the loose. We'll start off bury our twin. No, bury a twin. Fucking fuck off, you monster dog fucking thing. G'day guys. Welcome back to that. G'day. G'day guys, welcome back. Today we are doing potato bake on the Big Joe's Free.